What up, world? So I saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's the sequel to the 2012 reboot, The Amazing Spider-Man, of course. It stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Jamie Foxx, Dane DeHaan, Sally Field, Chris Cooper, BJ Novak, Paul Giamatti, and Felicity Jones. It's directed by Mark Webb. He also directed the first one, if you were not familiar. This movie picks up sometime after the first one, and Peter Parker is dealing with the events of the first movie and um his relationship with Gwen Stacy, because of course, I mean, at the end of the first one he alluded to still talking to her, and I mean, if he wasn't, she wouldn't be in the movie. Um and just different events going down with him, and just different personal struggles he has. He's going through like two real like different struggles in this movie, and I feel like that's mainly what the movie is about. It's about two different dilemmas that Peter Parker is dealing with villains sprinkled in. You got the Osborns, and they're going through their thing, and you got Jamie Foxx's character Max Dillon, and he starts off, real talk, almost identical to Jim Carrey's Riddler. Um, Cause Max Dillon, who becomes Electro, he's a super fan of Spider-Man, and he has his accident and becomes Electro. Jim Carrey's Riddler, a super fan of Bruce Wayne, basically by choice becomes the Riddler. And real talk, man, Jamie Foxx kills it. He kills it in every movie he's in, man. Ray, Collateral, Horrible Bosses, Django Unchained. It doesn't matter, man. Jamie Foxx is a monster. Um, as far as the other villains, they're not in it as much as people were afraid they were, which is cool. I feel like they were more of a tease for the Amazing Spider-Man 3. There's a lot of teases in this movie that could play into Amazing Spider-Man 3. Um, I thought it was so dope how they reference characters from the first movie. I thought it was real dope how they referenced characters that I recognized from the cartoon. So I'm not a big comic book reader, so I know 1990s animated cartoons and animated series and shit. And Disney, please fucking release the 90s Spider-Man cartoon on at least DVD. I would love for Blu-ray, but at least DVD. I'm getting off track like a motherfucker though. Um, there's like a handful of characters that I heard their names and my eyes lit up like oh shit, they have a future. And um just that the action scenes was cool. Like the Times Square scene is so cool. Like if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Um, just they went back to the original. I want to say classic Spider-Man suit. Um, the eyes are pretty big, but other than that, it looks just like Tobey Maguire's suit did. Um, just things that he's doing with his web, the slow motion to show exactly what he's doing is cool. The spider sense, man, I absolutely love what they did with the spider sense. I think everybody played their role good. I saw comments online complaining about the way that the Green Goblin looked, and they explain his look. Like he just doesn't like go into the bathroom, put makeup on, and glide out. Like there's a reason for why he looks the way he does, and I like the story behind it. Um, I mean, there's a couple characters that were underused. I feel like while the fight scenes were dope, I don't think there was enough. Like there was. It's called The Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man is in the movie. I don't think there was enough Electro. I don't think the main villain was showcased enough in this movie. The movie dealt more with Peter, like I said, and his struggles and his dilemmas than actual Spider-Man versus, insert name here. But like there's not much I can complain about this movie. Like I thought the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm probably gonna get butchered for this shit. I thought the Amazing Spider-Man was better than all three Sam Raimi movies, and I love Spider-Man 2. Um, this one, it'll grow on me down the road, but right now I can't get it above the Raimi. I can't get it above Spider-Man 2. I can't get the Amazing Spider-Man 2 above Spider-Man 2. So, in my opinion, man, I will say that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a highly, highly dope movie. As much as I wanted to get it to Diggity Dope, there was just something like, I don't know, while I keep touching on this, but while the dilemmas that Peter were going through were interesting and kept me intrigued, there just wasn't like a level of excitement that I wanted. I guess I'm putting it down too much, but that's not what I'm trying to say. Let me know your thoughts on The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Do you think it's a good follow-up? Um, Part 1 of the question, who do you want to be the main villain in The Amazing Spider-Man 3? Um, I want to see, before the series wraps up, I want to see Kingpin in a Spider-Man movie. I'm not saying I want him to be the main villain in Spider-Man 3. The next part of my question, man, where do y'all fall on the Raimi, Tobey Maguire, Mark Webb, Andrew Garfield side of the fence, man? Just for like, it was cool at the time, but just because Mark Webb doesn't have the camp, the campiness that Raimi had, I have to say I like so far the Mark Webb, Andrew Garfield series a little better, and Gwen Stacy is nowhere as near as annoying and whiny as Mary Jane was, and that's a big plus. And I like Emma Stone a lot more than I do Kristen Dunst. Um, man, Neighbors next week, man. Stay tuned for whatever videos I might throw out there, man. Peace.